Hi everyone. So I just want to start off teaching you to move the Crazy Man's handcuffs before I go into any of the scripting or anything else I've come up with. So Crazy Man's handcuffs, you start with the elastic band going behind the other elastic band. I always hold it on my first finger there, and then you hook your thumb underneath. So you can show that obviously the band is stuck on. The main move involves you putting your middle finger onto the band on roughly your first knuckle. What that would do, that will allow you to slide the top of your first finger out of the band and hook it underneath, and then when you're ready you let go with your middle finger and the band passes through. Now when you do this, the reason you push back on the elastic band, it gives the illusion that the band hasn't passed through, and then you can slowly get the band to pass through the elastic band. So the move itself, the band goes the other side, and you can get a spectator to hold it as well. I quite often do that as a second phase. I get the spectator to hold on to the band. So the band goes the other side. Your middle finger holds down on the elastic band on your first knuckle of your first finger. You pull the band towards you, creating this loop here, and you then slide the top of your first finger into this loop. And then that allows you to let go with your middle finger and allow the band to pass through. And the good thing about this is you can do it on any object, but it's easier when you do the move, have your left hand or your least dominant hand perpendicular, so it's facing straight down to the floor, and drop it straight down so the band's facing downwards. So when you go through, you're just literally pulling it towards you and down. That creates this nice big loop here for you to slide the tip of your first finger into the gap there. So middle finger's holding on top, slide and hook your first finger, just the tip into there, and let go. The band passes through. So in speed, it looks like that. The main thing is, and this is the bit which got me for a while, is you're going to have to put up a bit of strength in your middle finger holding that band down, because you should be able to just hold it so you can unhook the tip of your finger completely, allowing it to hook into the space at the bottom, like so. When you let go, it goes through the band. It's a fantastic illusion, it's a great effect, and I use it as my opener, and I have done since I've been performing so for 6 years. It is just about the practice to get that move down, and like I said, your middle finger is going to hold the band down onto your first knuckle of your first finger, like so. As you pull the band down and towards you, it creates a loop here for the band to go through. So that's where your tip of your finger is going to go into. And you're just going to hook the tip of your finger in there. And you're just going to let go with your middle finger, and that creates a band going through. Now the good thing is, and when we go on to the married man handcuffs, you can do this with solid objects as well. So we can use a ring. So again, you can have the ring and the band on that. You hold on to the ring tightly, and again, your middle finger is going to hold the band in the first bit. Again, pulling down and towards you, you create a gap here, which allows you to just hook your middle finger straight into that gap, just like so. And your middle finger's holding strong to hold that band in place. Hook your first finger in. As you let go, the band passes straight through the solid object. Really, really good. Bit of practice. It took me a few hours just to get the move down, just to do it. But once you realise what angle you need to do it at, I think that's the hardest thing. When I see people practice it, they kind of do weird angles, and it makes it a little bit harder. When you're holding it like this, middle finger on top, down and towards you, I find creates the best loop for you to hook the top finger in. So middle finger on top, down and towards you, creating this loop here. Top of your finger goes in, you just let go with your middle finger, and it passes straight through. And at speed, it looks magical, like it's actually passing through the object itself. So one of the other parts of married man's handcuffs is to get your ring to travel up the elastic band, so you could hold it like so, and as you concentrate on it, the ring goes straight up the elastic band. But you can also do it so it goes back down as well. And to do this, it's really simple. So you stretch your elastic band quite tight and you hold on. You've got an excess of band at each thumb and finger. And as you hold it like that, you can just slowly release your thumb and finger, and that allows the band to slowly unstretch and the ring travel up. And then to do it back down again, you just do the same with the other hand. So you just slowly release your thumb and finger and the band travels both ways. So from, like I said, when we come to the script of married man's handcuffs, you'll see that the band goes up the ring, but also goes down, and this is to do with obviously the ups and downs of your life. And you pull the band tightly, holding tight with your thumb and finger. You're slowly releasing the pressure between your thumb and finger, and it allows the band to unstretch, but the ring to actually travel up the band. And then you're just going to do the same with the other side, and that allows it to travel straight down again. So, Married Man's Handcuffs. It's a script and I came up, so I was fortunate enough to read Darren Brown Pure Effects, and he talks about in there how to make an emotional connection with your audience for a trick or any trick you do. And I've always loved Crazy Man's Handcuffs, and so I thought, how could I make Crazy Man's Handcuffs a little bit more emotional, get a tie-in with the audience? So I came up with the idea of Married Man's Handcuffs, and the theory of this is you can borrow a wedding ring from a couple, either one of them. Ideally you need them both there, and you talk about wedding ring, and obviously when you get your wedding ring, what it means is symbolic for the love the two of them share, and how that wedding ring kind of goes through everything in their life. But with that ring, obviously what happens is it actually goes through all their ups and also all their downs as well. But the good thing about that wedding ring and what it symbolises the love the two of them have, that no matter what happens in life, there's nothing you can't get through. So there's the principles I taught of just the Crazy Man's Handcuffs move and the ring going up and down. Now when I do it, it's good to give a little bit about yourself. Don't make it all about them. So if you've gone through a particular bad time or a particular good time, or you have a funny anecdote about anniversary or anything like that, it's good just to give a little bit of information about yourself, because it makes it more connected. So when I do it, I talk a little bit about me and my wife, how long we've been married, ask them how long we've been married, get them involved, but kind of back to forth communication. Ask to borrow a wedding ring. There you go. Excellent. Obviously you told me you've been married for 20 years. So this ring's been with you for a long time, for 20 years, yeah? So it's obviously gone through a lot of ups in your life, yeah? But it's also gone through all your downs as well, and all those low points. But the great thing is about the ring and what it symbolises, you know, when you got married 20 years ago, you've worn that ring since, and you know that when you wear this ring, there's nothing you can't get through. It's a great emotional piece. I've had some really good feedback from some really good magicians on it as well, and I thought I'd share it with you. There's a scripting. There's links for the Married Man's Handcuffs on how to make the ring travel up and down, so hopefully you learn those bits as well, because it is really good. I've had feedback from people who use it, feedback from people who understand the script and like the emotional tie to it, and hopefully you like it too. Thank you. So this is a move I came up with. I came up with it a while back, but I never really used it. And the reason is I didn't like the idea of switching fingers, because when I do Crazy Man's Handcuffs, I don't switch the finger across. Although people think that's how we do it, we switch the fingers, I don't. But I came up with the idea that if you put the band on your middle finger, just as you would normally, what you can do is you can actually create an extra phase where the band partly passes through the elastic band, so not all the way, and then you can do your normal Crazy Man's Handcuffs to finish it off. And what you're going to do, you can pop the band on your middle finger as normal. You're going to take your first finger and you're going to hook, don't know if you can do that, your first finger through the elastic band, grabbing this spare bit, so that then you're part way through. Then you do your normal crazy amount of handcuffs the show's going through. Now, if a spectator asks to see the effect again and again and again, and you think they're going to see it, and especially when they're holding on to it, it's great, because having the band on your middle finger, I'm going to get the angle on this, you're going to take that first finger through the centre of the elastic band, through here. You're going to hook your first finger in. Now, if you angle that right, it looks like the band hasn't gone through, so you can still show, and then just show that it goes halfway through the elastic band. So it's on one side, but not the other. And then you can do your normal move and make it go all the way through. So let's try again with this angle. So it starts on your middle finger this time, and you're going to take your first finger and hook it into the elastic band. So you're just going to hook where you've got that square there, you're going to hook it into the band you're holding here on the far side, and you're just going to swap fingers. And again, that just allows the band, so you can angle it so it looks like it's still that side, and you can let half of it go through, and then you can do your normal move to let the other half go through. And when you do it at speed, like I said, when I first came up with the idea, I didn't like it, just because I didn't like the switching finger. For me, I just didn't think it was as pure as it could be, but you can actually do it quite fast and just show that, you know, you go halfway through the band and then you can go all the way through the band. Just a move I've not seen anyone else do. I occasionally do it just for an extra phase if I think the situation's right. It's not something I do all the time, but it's a great way to interact with your audience and show them a little bit of difference with the band effect.